Okay. This is gonna happen. It is time to just go. Okay. I have to beat... I just have to beat this. That's all I have to do. I have to beat this, and we're good to go. If I remember correctly, we do have a number of very good items available to us that will allow me to do this. Artifact of Glass is active for this challenge. But we are talking about lots and lots of enemies, so this is, definitely gonna be a thing here. Nope. Nope. Ice challenge. Okay. Okay, so let me think. So, I want... So the problem is that I do want that backup magazine that exists here. That is something I do actively want to have available to me. So that's kind of the problem, is that I want that. I want to see what's in this chest up above here. So I just gotta kind of be careful about which... I guess which of these guys I go for. Like, an ice guy is a problem. I mean, the fire guys are a problem, too. So, I mean, that's... I can just... God damn it. I didn't get my ult off fast enough. I kind of want to see what's in that equipment chest, because if that equipment chest is like almost anything, that equipment chest is going to be amazing. So I very much want access to the equipment chest. So I think I'm going to do this time is, just for now, we're going to go ahead and skip the backup mag, and I'm going to go for the equipment chest, especially if I can get, like, God, if it is a royal capacitor, or if it's droids. There's lots of things it could be, and a lot of them would be useful. I really want to see some of this happen. Come on, something good. Jade Elephant is one of the least useful things I could have gotten at that. Okay, so the next thing we need to figure out is what is in that. Oh, right. Right, I forgot about the clap. Okay. So, Jade Elephant is not particularly useful, so... Really, I just need to survive long enough. Part of me is kind of sitting here thinking, like, do I just want to blitz for, you know, for the exit? Do I actually want to go for items? Because this is kind of shitty, honestly. This is a really shitty setup. I mean, it's only stone giants, but stone giants, they have some attacks, man. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, we have another tier 2 chest down here. We have a tier 1 chest right here. Problem is, we need money in order to unlock any of these. Okay. Okay, that thing will help. So right now, I'm just kind of on the lookout for items at the moment that will assist me. So that equipment drone is interesting, especially if I can get a really good equipment. Harvester Scythe is really effectively only worth just a plus 5% crit chance in this particular event. If I can get a really good equipment, that equipment drone would be fantastic. Especially if I can get, again, something like missile launcher, something like, you know, the backup, Leeching Seed not going to be helpful to me in this particular challenge, unfortunately. So we're definitely seeing, like, items that we're going to be able to get, but I haven't really found a lot that I find to be amazingly useful, unfortunately. Sticky bombs definitely gonna do something. Oh, nope. Nope. Okay. So I already know that a good number of, okay, like, I definitely want, what do I want? What do I want that I've seen so far? Backup mag I want the, so I want backup mag, I want the happiest mask. What else do I go for? I think there was a turret around here at one point. The problem is, I think the turret would die really quickly is the downside, but that may be worth considering. Go look to see what's inside of here. Never know, we might get lucky with some item. Okay, so I'm seeing multiple time crystals down here, which is a great thing to see. No items. Shrine of the Mountain's interesting, but I don't think it's something I'm gonna be going after. And I took a hit. Like, do I just go straight for the exit? So, I mean, if I could get just small things, you know, we could be looking at some very good bonuses here. I'm just not seeing any of those. I'm also kind of, like, I'm kind of toying over the idea of not picking up the happiest mask. I guess if we happen to see, you know, somewhere later on in this level, if we happen to find a recycler, I could maybe recycle the happiest mask and hope for something like Tesla Coil. Because something like Tesla Coil would just make this attempt. Oh, I am bad. Would make this attempt so much easier. Very unlikely that that's going to be a thing that actually happens for us. But I would really, God, I can hope, right? Okay, I spawned up there. Where else can I look that I haven't really looked for items yet? So we have that item right there. You a blue? Okay, I can take a blue on without problems. That gives me a little bit of cash. Damn, did I get clipped by that? I might not have gotten clipped by that, actually. I might be fine. Okay, let's assume I didn't get clipped by that, and let's kind of move on, and let's hope. So, Happiest Mask triggering is an amazing thing if we get triggers for it, and that's kind of the only downside here, is we have to kind of hope for triggers. But activate that. If that thing doesn't get blown up immediately, it might actually be really good for us, but I don't expect it's going to last for very long. We have plenty of access to backup magazines. Got in here. So we got a Runald's Band. You know, that's nothing small. Like, a Runald's Band is a pretty solid pickup. That's good. I mean, we got some... No, I don't want to be out in the open for much longer. I really want to be finishing up my, I really want to be finishing my setup really soon here. I really wish we had gotten, fireworks would have been amazing. There's, like, passive damage to my enemies. The gunner turret is hopefully gonna help. Barely dodged that. I mean, do you go for the Shrine of the Mountain in this situation? Lepton Daisy is absolutely useless. I think I'm going to skip Shrine of the Mountain. We'll see what Shrine of the Mountain actually gets us, and we'll kind of go from there. Nope. Nope, I did not jump over that, unfortunately. Okay. So we have a really good idea of what this particular level looks like. We're definitely going to be able to grind this like hell, so I think that's the good news. There's not a ton on this level that I'm really excited about. That's the only unfortunate bit, is there's just not a ton. Ooh, I see. Wait, that's a missile drone down there. Missile drones do not get knocked out of the sky very easily. They're very dodgy little bastards. That may be the key to success down there, between the missile drone and that turret. Okay, apparently I got hit by fire. That's the unfortunate thing about fire freaking golems. Apparently I aimed a little bit too far down. Let's see. 400. I think I'm gonna go a little bit more damage. I think that's gonna really help. I also haven't looked over here. I don't think there's anything over here. So the other thing is, we could go for the boss, like the boss. I don't know how useful that would be, but that is something to kind of consider. Because he would give me another red. And fire on the ground. Ugh. Fire elites. Fire elites. Okay. But I think that is probably my plan, is to go for that drone. The only downside is I don't know how much that drone's gonna be. And then after we beat the level, the boss is a consideration. I don't think I go for it while the level is active, though. I think that's extremely dangerous. So I think we kind of hold off on that. God, I don't know how I gotta blink, I guess, closer to make sure I'm not being hit by the fire, because I think it's just touching it at all gets you hit by the fire. I guess the other question is, how much is that drone? If that drone's reasonable, if it's less than 80 right now, we can go get it right now. And with that, actually, if it's less than 110. And that would be absolutely amazing. It's 60. Awesome. Let's go pick it up. That missile drone is just going to flat kill things. I would like it to see it start killing things, like, immediately, as opposed to waiting. I'd like to see it start shooting now. I'd love to see... Is this an irradiated? That's a regular pool. Okay. So that's good to know. Okay. There's the drone. It's starting to do work. Okay, so we have drone number 1. That's gonna be solid. Now, we have this. I don't think that's worth my time. Oh, that was close. I want that, though, and the drone's gonna get knocked out of the sky. Or not. Apparently it dodged the grab. I need a little bit more to be able to... Okay, that was close. Okay. Grabbing that, so now I have 2 drones that are actively working on my side. How else can I stack this in my favor? So I can grab this. I don't think this is going to help me because it does mean I'm going to take damage if it's activated. And that damage effectively just translates to I have died. So I don't, like, I'm not seeing much of a use for a couple of these items here. Which is kind of a shame, because normally I'd be really into some of this stuff. So, I mean, we have the exit. That's the most solid news I have, is we have the exit. We know where the exit is. I think what we do is we grab a couple more of these items, and then we see if it is... we see if it's worth mountaining. If it's a really good item, that's one thing. If it's not a good item, there's no point. I think that's where we go. I think we go to the mountain, or I think we go to the fight. Oh, we're going to go grab this first. We're going to go to the fight now, and we're going to hope it's something really useful, right? That's the Lepton Daisy that we don't really care about. Nope. That was annoying. That was really bad. I didn't get my third dash. I could have gotten out of that. Okay, so, but we know more. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to set up for this. But I don't think so. I think this is about as set up as we can get. And then we just kind of let enemies come up to us next to the turret. And then just let the turret mow enemies down. I'll check just right back here real quick. I know I checked here already. I also want to check out towards that direction. So I don't think I've checked out yet. I'm not expecting much. Maybe I did check over here. I think I did check over here, actually. Yeah. In here, maybe? Oh. Okay. I was also checking to see if we maybe had access to, if we maybe had access to a newt altar in one of these areas. Did I ever check what this was? Right. Crit chance is okay. That's not bad. Okay. Thing hiding back here. I mean, enemies are spawning everywhere. That's not really a good thing. Especially this enemy. Okay, so I have the money for the happiest mask. So, things that we absolutely want then. So we want the happiest mask. We'll just kind of make sure we have that. That will at least give me, you know, something to run with. I kind of want the backup magazine that's right there, but at the same time... Oh, damn it. And they killed the... God. Okay, so what I'm thinking, I mean, there's a number of items I want on this floor. Some of them more than others. We still have no idea what we get out of the big damn boss. So that's something we need to check. God, I just don't remember all of the items. And that is kind of a problem, is that I don't remember what all of the items are that I want to pick up. Some of them are more important than others. This was 60, I think. Yeah. Okay, we have that. Also has to be acknowledged that the longer I wait on this map, the less likely it is I'll be able to keep my drone. Sticky bombs are good. I definitely want this. As I wish there was another equipment drop somewhere around here so I could actually use this equipment drone to the best of my ability. But there's just nothing. The only equipment that we see on this level is just not worth it. I mean, it's not worth it is the wrong way to put it. It's that it's equipment that would do absolutely nothing for me. It just doesn't. It doesn't functionally do anything for me. So I think we grab crit, which is right here. And now we start heading towards the exit. I do need one more set of time crystals. We start heading towards the exit. We activate this drone up here that will give me backup. And then we just kind of lead my enemies towards this drone back here. I need at least one more kill to be able to kill the drone. God, oh god, and the flying drone is now dead. It died somewhere back there. I didn't expect it to last long, but I was hoping it would last longer than that. Oh, okay. Do I go over the top instead and get the bigger drone? Like not the drone, but the turret first? So for those curious, like the reason we're kind of grinding this is that there's a achievement that gets a move for the Merc to beat a prismatic trial without ever having your health dip below maximum. And this is an amazing prismatic trial to do it on because we start with the Shrine of Glass. So health is 10% normal, but we do, 5 times normal damage. So this ends up being a fantastic time to do this challenge. And it applies to everything, like enemy damage is 5 times normal, my damage is 5 times normal, turret damage is 5 times normal, the whole shebang. Everything gets the bonus from it. So being able to kind of get some of this stuff active and saying, okay, this is gonna give me some of these bonuses. Okay. Also being able to activate, let's say, this turret, and then kind of passively going, hey, here's some damage, which is effectively for me free, get out of that. Okay, didn't lose the turret. It's free money for me. Okay, so we have that. What was this again? This was the Hoppler. But the buckler, it doesn't do anything for me, unfortunately. See, that turret will just kill these enemies, mostly before they have a chance to respond. Which is the thing that I'm enjoying about it. So what I think we're going to do, we're going to go and make another attempt at the boss. So boss is a little bit of a misnomer here, because it is just fighting a crap ton of elite golems. Ooh, that was close. Oh, I was not in that. Okay, cool. Okay, so let's let our drones take this stuff out for the most part. This is where I wish I had items. Like a active item that dealt damage. Oh, I took damage. I'm dumb. I'm dumb. That was working, though. Unfortunately, the on fire guys were actually not... They weren't coming for me, which kind of sucks. They were the guys that I really wanted to actually actively attack me. So they were not actually heading in my direction. And that's the boss, so I need them to do so. I think, given how well that works, we're going to activate both Shrines of the Mountain. It's going to make this take longer, but which means, like, the difficulty is going to increase. But thinking it's worth it. And if I can get, like, a single ghost on my side, then we should be in the winner's circle. Just because of how much damage the ghosts actually do. Because remember, ghosts do like 300% of their normal damage, or yeah, something like that. 5,000% of the normal damage, or something stupid like that. Ooh, useful. Well, I tried doing my slashing uppercut, and it didn't work. Oh, God, this is just... You also have this boss to consider. Again, it's going to give me a red. So I think it's worth going for. The question is, you know, what red is it going to give me? I don't think it's safe going after that red until after we can actually beat the level. Nope. Nope. Again, I really wish we had an active item. I didn't see any active items on the map other than the Jade Elephant. The Jade Elephant just doesn't do anything for me. Yes, it increases your armor like hell, but I'm pretty sure if I'm correctly that the damage cannot go below 1. So I'm taking damage no matter what, and if I'm taking damage no matter what, it means my maximum health is dipping. And we can't do that. There's distant whirring. So if I activate one more of those, we fight that boss. Now, it is definitely possible that if I get, like, a ghost out of one of these jerks, I will be available to attack that boss. Nope. You even saw me actually go for the dash, and it didn't happen. This is hard. And remember, we have one more level after this. This is not the only level I have to do. There is another level after this that I have to somehow kind of make my way through. And if I die, I'm right back here, which is why I'm kind of trying to develop this route. To figure out, okay, what do I go for, in what order, how does it get me what I need? You know, one thing I could do in order to get money faster, which I'm very much considering, is to go and destroy all of the time crystals as opposed to just 3 of them. Because each time crystal gets you money. Close. Still need kills, still need money to activate this guy. Damn it. Okay. 44 is almost enough to activate the one up here, so I think I'm gonna head up here now. Unfortunately, this is an ice dude. But that allows me to activate that. Which means that it can kill things coming up. Apparently it has much higher health than I thought it did. What? No, this was the ring. We liked the ring. Ring is good. That's the Leptin Daisy, which we don't care about. I always got to remember that that is on a slight delay. That one, on the other hand, is not. Okay, let's dip down. Okay, it spawned. And I took a little bit of fall damage. Damn it! We were... Hey. Like, I think we were in a pretty solid space there, I thought. Given money, I think we're going to come back, we're going to grab everything, and we're going to throw a lot of stuff into that scrapper, and hope we see something good. We're not seeing Happiest Mask activate, like, even once, which I think is, it is a problem, it is not the problem, but I think it is a problem that I'm running into. That's right, I have to go grab this one. The other two are underground. I don't... Oh, he zapped me. Okay. He shot me. God. Again, any active item that wasn't, you know, Jade Elephant, and we'd be not only fine, we'd be rolling. We'd be on fire. Any of the damaging ones. But it gave us a defensive one. How do you approach this? I think what we're going to do is we're going to go down, hit both of these to get the money from them. I wish we could actually hit up the, you know, the blood shrine there, but no can do. Damn it! I was trying to dash. My timing was not right. Oof, God. But I think that, maybe not necessarily that routing, but I think that's kind of what we're looking for here. Is, we're looking to go down there, pick up those, and that gives us a number of, it gives us a lot of money. Maybe the Newt Altar isn't available in Prismatic Trial. That's probably it. Like, I'm super happy to see the Happiest Mask. It's a great item. I'm just kind of annoyed that we're not seeing it actually activate much. It's a 7% activation chance. It's not something you're, you know, you're relying on ever if you're smart. But, it's one of those things like, well, I'd like to see it actually show up every so often. I'm hoping the armor-piercing rounds actually applies to the enemies that spawn as boss replacements. Otherwise, that is a item that is effectively useless. I'm really hoping that the game is not giving me useless items. Okay, so my hope is that the missile drone will survive for a short period of time. Missile drone is up. I'm gonna get out of the way of that. Go get my crit. Circle back around. Go activate the drone that's up there. I hope my missile drone will actually start getting some shots off soon. kill 1 or 2 of my enemies for me. Okay, I need 45 gold, and then I think I'm gonna kind of call myself satisfied, and we're gonna go for it. Come on, missile drone, get a couple kills in. Nope. Yep. My teleport was short. I kind of knew it was short as I activated it. Such a pain in the ass. I really just, part of me just wants to know what happens in the next level. Like, I want to know where are we going. I think what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to go grab these 2 on the off chance that we can actually get a Happiest Mask activation to cover my back a little bit. And then we're going to immediately go underground, and then we're immediately going to get the other turret. The standing turret. Because as I do this, I'm seeing, like, the standing turret seems to be doing a lot more than the missile drone is. Which is kind of depressing, honestly, but, you know, there you go. Okay, I gotta wait for this. Because these things freaking explode when they die. Going around this way also gives me the opportunity to hit up this last crystal. Okay, we don't want that one because that's the Lepton Daisy, which is pointless. We are going to activate this, mostly because I'm a freaking moron. If I get this, I'll need a little bit more money. But it's worth... Oh, yeah, but we're going to get this. We're going to get this. This crystal here. Okay, cool. Like, you even saw me teleport. Oh my god. Like, you even saw me teleport. You saw me teleport through the enemy. And he still somehow hit me. That was the route I want, though. Because that got me everything I wanted. I should have just gone up and gotten the turret. And I somehow got hit by that. Okay. That's fine. This is rough. This is so rough. You can't take a single hit. Like, and we didn't get any... Not that it would help all that much, given that we are, that we're on glass. But we didn't get any, like, shielding or anything like that. My hope is that, and this is kind of a forlorn hope because, you know, it's not going to be that easy. But my hope is that, like, on the next floor, we basically get, you know, Titanic planes and we get beetles. It's not going to happen, but God, that would be amazing if it did. Falling damage. Yeah, I think this stationary turret, I'm still not... I'm still not happy with the damage that the missile turret was putting out. But I think the stationary turret... I think the stationary turret's going to end up doing good work for us. I kind of want to get a couple more of the items that are kind of floating around the level, but it's kind of feeling like that's a little bit pointless. Only a couple of these items are actually going to matter at the end of the day. Okay, so we got something. It would be amazing if that ghost stuck around for a long time, but unfortunately they only last for about 30 seconds. Okay. Activate you. Swing around. Grab you. Wow, they already took out my stationary turret. Well, so much for that plan. Okay. Well, this is now going to suck. Nope. Got fired. Gotcha. I just got clipped by the fire. Okay, so don't activate the stationary turret until I am absolutely ready to activate the thing. And I'm not gonna bother activating Shrine of the Mountain in the hopes that the item it gives me does not matter. God, that's so disappointing. Damn, I was hoping I would be behind the blue one. There seems to be some, like, weirdness, at least a little bit, that bothers me with, like, the hitboxes sometimes. When trying to break line of sight, the game just doesn't want to... It doesn't want to let me break line of sight, unfortunately. Part of me just wants to fight the worship unit. See what it gives me. And there's good items, too, is the thing. Like, a couple of these items are very good. Naturally, Happy's Mask is fantastic if it ever activates. But I'm thinking more, you know, just like the sticky bombs would be fantastic if I can just get them to work. Okay, this is what I think we're going to do. We're going to run up here. I'm just going to kind of ignore... thing. I do want the, I do want the ring. The ring will be really good if I actually have to fight at any point. And that's the thing. Chances are good I'm going to have to personally fight. I'm not going to be able to just let this turret do all the dirty work. It's going to die eventually. There's one in here, I guess, that I want to destroy. Okay, cool. Oh, I was hoping we got a ghost there. I was so hoping we got a ghost there. Oh, God, a ghost would be so good right now. Okay. Well, my turret got killed, so that was the thing that happened. And then I got, like, it felt like I got shot through a wall. Which, like, I don't know if I did, but I felt like I broke line of sight on those lasers. That could have worked. That absolutely could have worked. It feels a little bit like I'm really just kind of hoping for procs here. And I don't know how silly of an idea that is. You know what? I think I want this. I think I want this missile drone. Damn it. And they never, I can never get them isolated, right? They always have a friend with them. So while I'm working on one, the second one immediately takes me out. Can't melee into the fire ones because you get hit by the fires. Can't do that. And you gotta be very careful with the ice ones, because, you know, you get caught in the ice. So the only ones I can safely melee are the electricity ones, and then I have to make sure that they don't clap me. Okay, let's see if we can get this guy right now. You're... Hey, King of Pixel. I mean, it's not bad. I'm just struggling to get this achievement to happen because things just kind of keep on going downhill. So kind of aiming for an achievement on the Merc that I have to defeat a prismatic trial without my maximum health dipping at all. So I have 11 health right now. I cannot allow that health to drop. If it does, we fail. But I'm on Shrine of Glass right now as part of the prismatic trial. So I deal 500% damage. I have 10% health. Everything deals 500% damage. If I take damage, I'm effectively dead anyways. So the fact that I cannot lose health doesn't really factor in because of just how easy it is to die. I'm just getting, like that, for example. This guy kind of turns on a dime and then just claps me when I'm behind him, which gives me kind of no chance to deal with him. I was in the middle of a rising attack. That rising attack should have killed him. But he hit me first instead. I kind of have a plan. I've been kind of grinding on this level for about an hour. I kind of have a plan as to how I want to advance, how I want to beat it. But this is just, it's wearing on me just because of how difficult this truly is. Problem is, this prismatic trial is a pretty solid trial to complete this challenge, complete this achievement. So I don't want to give up on this prismatic trial because of how solid it is. One of the problems that I face is that, like, these golems always have friends, right? It's never a golem by itself that I'm facing. It's always two or more on average. See, I just got clipped by that smack, and that dealt, you know, the smallest amount of damage possible. But that small amount of damage is enough. Switch back to this. So I'm just a little bit annoyed at just how much repetition is going into this. And there's also the knowledge that I have to... This is not the only level. There's a second level after this that I have to beat as well. If I can get a good kind of rollout on this, if I can really kind of get a good start to this run, I think we'll be fine. But, and as I said, I have a plan, but some of this shit is a bit, it's a bit tough. It really is. Nope, got clipped. I mean, it's all right. It's not like a bad thing. It's not like it's not fun. It's just one of those. It's an extremely tough trial, and a lot of it isn't in my control. And what really kind of bothers me right now is that if there was like something slightly different, this would be a cakewalk, you know? Like, for example, if this red wasn't Happiest Mask, if it was one of the many other reds in the game, I would be doing so much better. But Happiest Mask is it's a 7% chance to activate is the issue with Happiest. Of course you did. It's only a 7% chance to activate, so I'm not like seeing Happiest Mask actually provide much of a bonus for me, really. So it's kind of a red that just kind of exists. I'm not seeing much coming out of it. If it was, you know, Tesla Coil, we would have already won a long time ago. And then there's an equipment chest on this level. Any equipment would have been good, you know, especially an attacking equipment, but it gave me a defensive equipment. And there's no point having a defensive equipment. It gives me the Jade Elephant. There's no point having a defensive equipment on this challenge because I can't take a hit anyways. So having extra defense doesn't get me anything. You know, there's also an equipment drone on this level, but again, the equipment it gave me is just kind of pointless. Okay. Oh god, they're everywhere. So we're going to activate this drone real quick, this missile drone. This missile drone will do some fair amount of damage because it is missiles. The problem is the drones, while they'll do good damage, have like 1 hit total. If they get, yep, see, it just got killed because the drone just got smacked in the face. Luckily, this one's available to repurchase. But, oh god. It's available to repurchase, but I have to get the funds to purchase it again. And frankly, I don't think it's worth it. The one that is worth it, that I'm kind of counting on, is up this hill. Is a stationary turret. And the stationary turret, I forgot I have to hit that first. Okay, well. Oh, well, and here's the other problem. Fire guys, these fire guys, if you touch them at all, you get lit on fire, which, if you're lucky, will just hurt you and won't kill you. So I don't want to touch them, and the problem is my boss is 8 of them, or however much it is. I think it's a fair amount. So I don't have any passive damage. I don't have any, you know, I don't have anything to deal with a lot of the stuff that we're fighting. I think I'm going to skip the backup mag because it's not doing me any good. I think we're just going to grab the Happiest Mask. We're going to hope that it actually activates. Okay, missile drone, stop fighting and follow me so you don't get shot out of the air. I think this challenge would be very fun on someone like the Huntress. It's just on the Merc. It just doesn't feel like a fun challenge. I don't know. Okay. I'm up here. Grab that. Jump down here. Activate teleporter. Run back up. Okay, so now I have 2 turrets on my side that will help me kill enemies. And if I can get a single happiest mask activation, oh boy, then we'll have something. Please don't shoot my turret. Okay, cool. So instead of going through my enemies, which would have gotten me past them, that would have given me a reset on my teleport, everything like that, I hit a rock. Which stopped me, and allowed them to hit me. I think that's the play, though. The play we just made is you grab the happiest mask, and you hope you get it. Because if I get a happiest mask proc, all of those enemies die. Because ghosts do that stupid level of damage. So if I get a happy mask proc, that's awesome. So we hope we get a happiest mask, we get both turrets up, and we just roll. And we really hope that the item I get for killing everything is, or for being the boss, is a good item. And the other question is, if it is really good, do I restart in order to Shrine of the Mountain it? Which I think right now the answer is hell no. But it is a question, because Shrine of the Mountain gives me extra items. If it's a really good item, it's something to consider. I don't know, AT4, or sorry, AT1, or ukulele would both be amazing. Cool, my teleport wasn't up. Like I could have ulted. I was thinking about shift teleporting, and it was still had a lock on me. I'm gonna get this. It's gonna happen. Yeah, there's not really a lot available on this map. We have a harvester scythe. We have we got 2 different sticky bombs. We got some gasoline. You know, and a lot of this would be worth, you know, like sticky bombs and gasoline are good. But it's like, how many enemies do I want to fight in order to get the money to get sticky bombs and gasoline? Harvester Scythe, like, basically they're purely to give you the 5% crits. You have a 6% crit total. You know, ooh boy, 6% crit. Yep. I couldn't get my extra teleport off. I don't know how useful this missile launcher is. I think the missile drone combined with the stationary turret will be really good output, and I just have to distract the enemies into not shooting them. So I feel like that's a solid investment. But yeah, I found the Runald's Band. It's one of the things that I've been trying to pick up. It helps. Like, it's helpful. I'm not 100% sure if it's 50 gold helpful. And my missile drone's about to die. I kind of feel like Ronald's, because of the fact that the enemy that I have to kill is a fire, I really just don't want to get involved with it in the first place. So I'm kind of feeling like Ronald's band is not going to be something I want to get right now, or I want to spend time on, just because it is such a pain in the ass to get. Oh, I got a ghost. Oh, I got a ghost. Come on, missile drone, get up here. Let the ghost do its work. Let the ghost do its work. Oh my god, we got a ghost. I might have luck-sacked my way into this. Come on, ghost. Keep up the good work. Okay, it just died, which is understandable. Oh god, I wish we had another ghost right now. No! I didn't even see the laser! I didn't see the laser! Oh, that is so disappointing. We were actually almost done with the bosses, and then I could have just ran around doing fuck all for a while. But apparently it was charging a laser while it was behind the rock, and the second the second line of sight was gained, it just lasered my face off. Oh, that's so disappointing. That would have at least been the level 1 clear, and we could have seen what our item was. Could have seen what our item was. We could have cleared up the first level of items. I could have considered, I don't know if I would have gone after the vulture unit, but I could have considered going after the vulture unit. That is so disappointing. I think a character like the Huntress would do would do very well on this mission. I think part of the reason this is a problem is just because I am using the Merc, so I just don't have a lot of the mobility that I want. Or not the mobility, I don't have the range that I'm looking for. Okay, I'm gonna go pick up the Runald's band, and then we're gonna start the fight this time. And hopefully the Runald's band will actually do some work. Oh, I almost didn't get out of that. God damn, it's another ice one. Damn, my stationary gun died up here. Couldn't tell you how it died, because there's nothing up here that could have killed it. Okay, missile drones doing some work up here. Oh, I keep on hoping. I keep on hoping for a ghost to be a thing to happen. And I got lit on fire by a fire guy. Because there's a huge cluster of them, and dashing through them does not do things I need. Okay, so secondary needs to be the uppercut sweep, because that will force Runalds to activate instead of waiting for a crit. So we'll get that. So I'll be able to activate Runalds whenever I want. There's a cloak chest to be... Wait, with fireworks? That would be the win. Where is it? I have not seen a cloak chest. Yeah, fireworks by itself, that is the win. That is what will win this run. I didn't see a cloak chest. It's in front of the pillar? Which one? There's a couple of different pillars here. Not seeing the cloaked chest. Of course, you are going to come to cause me problems. Looking for it. You say in front, like, is it in front of me and that... Oh, found it. Oh my god. And that's the win. Fireworks right now, that will win this run. Look how much damage that does. Look how much damage that does. That will allow us to get everything I need, deal a shit ton of damage to my opponents. At the very least, that was something that I was asking for, was fireworks. That allows me to get a lot of items. And that allows me to clear up where enemies are. Which means I can grab other items. No, I understand. That's a very hard thing to explain. I just had to kind of figure it out. Absolutely. But that allows me to pick up some armor-piercing rounds. Some gasoline's gonna be amazing. Like, that is such a huge pickup on this run. Like, it's not gonna win the run by itself for me or anything like that, but, that allows me to make sure there are not, like, constant enemies everywhere when I'm starting the fight, and that's kind of an important thing. I could just sit here and just continuously activate the backup magazine. Well, no, it's not going to be in range, unfortunately, but... yeah, that's big. That means that there are less enemies on the field when I'm starting the fight, which by itself means I am more likely to actually get a run to start. Or, you know, a successful start to the fight. Oh, my missile drone is down. Oh, that sucks. What? How? How did it hit me? How did that hit me? Like, there was a wall between me and it. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure you can see why this is trouble on the mercenary, though. At least for the, again, the hitless run. I'm sure if you don't care about getting hit, this is a lot easier. Okay, I want this. This is the scythe. I really wish there was a lunar item on this level. Because there is a lunar pod. It wouldn't help much, but there's another missile drone. There's a second missile drone on this map. Okay, second missile drone. There is a newt altar. Where's that missile drone? Okay, there's another missile drone. That is amazing news. You want to kill this thing, guys? So now I have access to 2 different missile drones. Okay, I'm beginning to be excited about the possibilities of this run right now. Because now I have 2 missile drones, and 2 missile drones kill enemies a lot faster than 1 missile drone does, obviously. A little bit more money to get this other missile drone. That's fine, we can wait. I'm really hoping that the Newt store, the shop between worlds, has some good items for me. I need another enemy to spawn. Okay. So that's exciting. That is an exciting pickup. Both the missiles are exciting. Because that gives me a lot more deeps that lets me kill enemies so much faster. So that's amazing in and of itself. But when you add on to that the fact that we now have 2 missile drones, it also means the drones can cover for each other, which means they're less likely to die. Which is also, like, it's just very exciting. Okay. So I definitely need rune alts. And hopefully the drones will be killing enemies as they spawn in, at least a little bit. I'm really hoping this standing turret does not get killed before it can actually help me, which did happen a couple runs ago. Get the hell away. What? From where? How? What hit me? I think they're hitting me through the floor. Because there was nothing to hit me. There was nothing there. That's very upsetting. That is extraordinarily upsetting that happened. I think we pick up everything. Okay. We're gonna go through. Kind of more than anything else, one of the major things I want is this other drone over here. Wonder is there an equipment? If there's an equipment I missed, I'm gonna pop off so hard. Ooh, there's another, another turret over here. It's not incredibly helpful right now, but it does come with us to the next level. I love how I have this ghost, and therefore enemies do not spawn. Hey, drone, you want to... Thank you. I don't know if that blue orb's going to be worth it. Okay. Waiting for enemies to spawn here. I want this standing turret over here. It's incredibly unhelpful where it's sitting right now. Admittedly. But, it will be helpful on the next level because it will spawn with me at spawn on the next level. So it will hopefully be in a better position on the next level. Still, I'm still mildly irritated by the fact that the equipment drone is there, and there's no equipment worth having on this level. Okay, good. So we don't care about that chest that's up on the ledge there. That is just a leeching seed, which is not helpful to me. Might be worth picking up just for scrap purposes. Extra damage to bosses. I mean, here's the question. Do you go after the worship unit? With kind of all of that entails, do you go after the worship unit? Yeah, I think when we run up the ramp to get back up to the standing turret, I think we just run to the outside. It means that we're not going to be advancing the teleporter event, unfortunately. But I think it's a necessary evil. I think we need to make sure we're avoiding these bullshit the ground shots that we're seeing here. Oh, that was close. Okay. Missile drones are taking out tons and tons of the golems. Hopefully they won't get shot too much. Get some missiles going off. I don't think it's going to help all that much, unfortunately. There's blue portal. Okay. I forgot that it appears immediately. What item did we get? A Hopu feather is pretty solid. So here's the question. Do we go after... I forgot that it appears immediately. Okay. I think we're going to go after the big boy and see what the item is that he drops. I don't think this is a smart idea. But I do think this will, I think this will give us a lot of useful information. Because, again, if it's Tesla coil, if he drops me a Tesla coil, then we are so much in business. I do have, you know, these two drones. I have the stationary turret. So we do have some ways to deal damage to him without me getting involved. Where is it? It's down there. Okay, turrets. Attack. Go in and do battle. It knows I'm here. My turrets don't seem to know that it's here. Turrets. Drones. Oh, it's hiding. There we go. Now, it is spawning enemies, which sucks. Okay, it's dead. What did it give me? What is my present? Word, I was out of double jumps there. Normally, Nakuhana's opinion is an item I'm incredibly, like, satisfied to snag. But I don't know how I feel about it right now. Like, I'm not sure how I feel about the opinion at the moment. Because I don't know, like, what health am I gaining, right? Okay, let's see what options we have in here. Damn, okay, so Wake of Vultures, Razor Wire, neither of which give me what I'm looking for. Not seeing an exit either that I was hoping for. As for items in here, also, again, really nothing that I'm really interested in. If that was Visions of Heresy, I probably would have gone for it, but Sans Visions of Heresy. Could be worth it to go for Spinel Tonic. I don't think Transcendence is going to help me at all, but... You know what? It could be worth it. You know what? I'm going to make an executive decision, and I'm going to be a fucking moron. And we're going to go for Glowing Meteorite. I think that's the play. I really do. I think Glowing Meteorite is going to give... Like, as long as I can stay in the air and away from the incoming meteors, I think this is a way I can win. And the question is, what is the enemy this time? What is the sole enemy I have to deal with? It's gonna be orbs. That's irritating. So it is the orbs spawned by the thing I just killed. Oh, and it immediately spawns in attacking. Oh my god, that's bad. That's just so wrong. That's so wrong. How do I respond to that? And the problem is, it is a hit scan attack. So, just the second it sees you, it kills you. Okay. Do I... So, of the stuff that I just got, what do I care about? Nakano's opinion doesn't matter. I think we just want the drones and then we call it good. I think that's the play. I think we get the drones and we call it good. Yep, I can't get out of that. Not enough movement speed. Yeah, I think we get the drones, we call it good, we move on. I think that's it. I don't think there's anything else on this level I care about. I think we get the drones. And we hope that the turrets... I think we get both turrets, and then we hope the turrets do well for us. We don't fight the big boss, because I don't think the opinion's going to end up doing anything for me that matters. We don't go into... We don't go into the lunar shop, because there was nothing in there that would have helped. Oh, I didn't pick up... Yeah, whoops. But yeah, it's just kind of an unfortunate thing, but there's not much for us on this floor. The red we got was not worth much, and the backup red we got was also not worth much. I'm still my kingdom for an equipment item. Where's the enemy I'm hearing? Up there. But yeah, I want all the automated attacks, and we're just going to go ham. Nope. Nope. Didn't happen. Could not get away. I have the wrong attack to get away from that without any teleports. I mean, I think my attack is a good one. I honestly, like, I'm even thinking we just don't bother with the band. I don't feel like the band is gonna help me that much. Well, wait, so Soulless probes have very low health is the thing. Maybe I do get the band. Maybe the band is one of the items I do get. Okay, I don't know how it hit me when I was above it, but that's fine. That is absolutely okay. The problem with the Souls probes is they just have the ability to just instantly hit you. I want to check something. I want to check what I want to check what counts as getting below maximum health. Oh, shields count too. Okay, yeah. So, I was thinking about Transcendence and going, like, does Transcendence help me at all? Transcendence does not help, because that still counts as being hit. So yeah, shields definitely count. So that's good to know. It's good to know that shields count. Wait until something spawned for that one. Yeah, I think just the 2 missile drones, the 2 stationary turrets, and that is really about it. I mean, it's depressing to me that the opinion does not end up being useful for this. No, there's a ghost when I don't really need one. You need enemies to spawn. That ghost is going to kind of hang around and do basically nothing. Okay, 48. There's the two missile drones. I think I'm gonna make the executive decision to not pick up the Harvester Scythe. Yeah. Not gonna pick up the Harvester Scythe. God, Soulless probes. Okay. Give me spawn. Give me spawn. Enemy taking forever to spawn. Okay, come on. I know there's another one out there. Do I have both my drones? Where's my other drone? Okay. That allows me to get the band. Like, I'm only seeing one of my missile drones, which is very odd. I should have both. Is it just taking forever to get here? Well, that's useful. Be the hell out here. Okay. There's both missile drones. Oh, I got hit by... I don't even know what I got hit by. I got clipped by a freaking laser. I don't know where that other missile drone was the entire time. Hanging off doing its own thing, I guess. Which, you know what? All the power to it. But still. What enemies I get stage 2? Stage 2 soulless drones. But that's partially because I went... Like, that's going to change a little bit because I did go to the lunar shop between stages. So what I'm trying to decide is, do I want to go to the lunar shop again? Because the lunar shop gave me the opportunity, if nothing else, to go to Aurelia Knight's level. And that's a pretty fantastic thing. So, the question is, do I go for it again? Because I got Souls Control units. Ooh, Jellyfish seems pretty useful. That's a pretty nice thing to see in Stage 2, is Jellyfish. Because they are, you know, somewhat easy to dodge. Might be, yeah, I think with Jellyfish, it's just definitely worth it to go straight to Stage 2. Waiting for enemies to spawn so I can get the money to buy stuff. Yeah, the Prion would be amazing. I should be able to get there within 10. I just have to find the Prion. Didn't take me too long to actually get this once we actually get a run rolling. But yeah, with Prion, oh, don't you dare! You killed my drone. I am irritated with you. Can I rebuild it? Yes, I can. How much? 75? Ugh. Damn, that was a loss. Freaking fire, guys, you know? Let me get my money back. Not shoot my drone. Feed my drone. Not land in the fire. I don't think I landed in the fire. Okay, come on. I need enemies to spawn. Like, this is infuriating. Okay. Grab this. Okay, let the three of them take care of that enemy. Oh, please don't die, gunner turret. It was a fire guy that spawned next to the gunner turret. Of course it was. Of course it was. Which does a great job of killing the gunner turrets. I wasn't too, like, hung up about that particular gunner turret, so I guess it's not terrible, but that's just fucking annoying. I don't have time. Did you find the Prion accumulator? I know there's only a couple places it can be, so it's not something I'm too terribly worried about, but... Up at the top? Okay. Guess I just need my turrets to do what they did that first time. And we succeeded. Okay. Attack my enemies, please. Now those enemies, the masses that are coming up. And I'm just gonna get blasted out of the air. Like, this is kind of annoying me because my drones are not attacking. So I'm just kind of sitting here like, okay, can I, you know, please? Can I have something? No, we're not going to attack. We're just gonna stand here. We're gonna do absolutely nothing until the enemies get close enough. And then because they're all fire enemies, we're just gonna let them blast us. And because they're fire enemies, they're gonna burn us, and we're just going to instantly die. Which is just, ugh. Okay, then. I should be able to do this. Like, I should be able to do this. I'm so annoyed with myself for having so much trouble with this. I should not be having this much trouble. need a certain number of enemies to spawn. Okay, come on, enemy spawn. Go. Like, if enemies spawn at a certain rate, I constantly get money. Just, like, the missiles will give me money from fireworks. I do need enemies to spawn. And not just be sitting here for 10, 12, 15 seconds with nothing spawning. Have my second missile drone. I definitely want my turret. On, new enemy set. Let's go. Come on. So you say it's up at the top. It's up at the top of the cliffs, I'm assuming. Kind of makes sense for a spawn point. And you can get there pretty easily from spawn. So that should be pretty exciting. Are they not going to kill that? I mean, the three of them, they can't kill that? Okay. Go all the way over here, pick up this barrel. Give me the money I need for the next chest. Come on. Let's go. Game. Of course she spawned in there. Of course she did. Yeah, I'm just gonna pick up the gasoline. We're gonna move on. More enemies will spawn in just a second. Probably not gonna get Runald's banned just because of time constraints. Taking that back. I'll be picking up Runald's band because that spawned like that. The big question that's going to happen is, can I actually get to that Prion accumulator in time? That's going to be based on just how fast we get out of this boss fight. God, getting a single ghost would be amazing right now. Okay, come on, drones. Fire off some shots, please. Okay, cool. Immediately pick that up, and we are out. Okay, we are going to get the Prion accumulator. And then I think we just go straight to the end. Like, I think we just go straight to the exit after we get the Prion accumulator. I can't think of any reason I would want to stay on this level after that. So shit just spawning behind me constantly. You know, joy. Warhorn is nice and all. Okay, we just lost a missile drone. Which sucks, but what you gonna do? Whew, that was close. Okay. Now I just have to go to the exit, fire the Prion accumulator, and we're done. And not somehow die to something stupid. And that's it. Get me the hell out of here. Come on. Get me out. That's it. There we go. Achievement unlocked. Mercenary 3-0. King of Pixel, thank you so much. It's mostly because of you I was actually able to do that. Oh, thank you. We are done with that shit. Thank you. So, yep, it is you. Thank you so much. We are finally done with that nonsense. I don't have to do that ever again. And it wouldn't be a problem if it wasn't for the fact that you know, let's see, 8 times 100. It wouldn't be a problem except for the fact that you can't take a hit the entire time, you know? Okay. So we're going to do, hopefully, one good run here. Really? So I can take damage now. That's not a problem anymore. And believe me, I will. Oh, wow, that actually can miss. I was not aware of this ahead of time. Wow, okay, I am playing so badly at the Merc right now. Then pop this open. What do I find? Passive damage is awesome. Okay, so we got some passive damage going. We definitely want that. I mean, the healing drone is nice. I am so going to die. I'm getting basically shafted on money right now. Okay. Pop that open, get a dude. feel free to chill, man. Now I get to... Yep, got the squid turret. Now I get to effectively chill. Now that we actually, like, got that done with. That was one of the last major, like, oh god, type, achievements I had to do. Now it's just beat the game, and I get to kind of enjoy myself. Here, 2 chests over there? It dodged. Tier 1. Okay, that's fine. Okay. And playing fun is the big thing in this game. This game is all kinds of fun. I just want to get all the achievements done. That's kind of my thing. Unfortunately, the other change in the other change in the game from changing my ult is that I don't have that extra dash. I only get my basic dash. Not necessarily a bad thing. Go, squid turret. Kill mine enemies. Oh, that's a lot of enemies. Squid turrets, you're not killing mine enemies fast enough. Go, Squiddy, go! Squid turrets are fantastic. Oh, I was originally kind of, like, not incredibly impressed with squid turrets, I think. And then I start to realize, oh, wait, I know what this item does. Holy crap. Okay. Oh, hello. I like passive damage sources, and Squid Turret is pretty darn amazing as a passive damage source. Oh, these are all 3 of these are good. Why must you give me 3 good items? All 3 of those were excellent. And it is so nice to be able to take damage without having to worry about it too much. You know, like, I still have to worry about dying, but... I think she's dead. Yeah. Deathmark could be really exciting with some of the items I have. How did I miss? Didn't miss that time. 100%. I don't know how I feel about Rising Wind. I think it was very good in the challenge, but I'm not sure after the challenge how I feel about it. Launching upwards definitely feels like a solid ability, but, I don't know. I'll really have to see what is kind of available after the fact. Okay, so let's kind of take a look. What do we have available to us? We have Glass... We got Transcendence, and that is about it. Gore's Tome. Oh, hi. God, I wish I could afford you. I can. Okay, well, that solves that problem. We are definitely gonna activate Dream of Wealth. Like... None of these are really all that good to me, so I think I'm going to pass on that. If there was a... I was hoping for an active item. I was really hoping for Hellfire Tincture. But I think we're solid. I think getting that Tesla Coil is stupidly good this early. Coil, I think Coil is overpowered, to be 100% honest with you. I think it's too good as an item. Okay. Yeah, I think it's just stupidly overpowered, and then when you combine that with the fact that we're playing the Merc, therefore we are going to be up close and personal at kind of all times, all of a sudden it becomes this amazing item in our hands. Now, we did get rid of a lot of good in order to get what I have now. So that's the only downside to that trade. Giving up that bleed kind of hurts. Enemies? But we are going to have an Aurelia Knight on our side. We are going to have both Shattering Justice and, you know, and Tesla Coil. Let's see. There's the next one. Teddy Bear, solid, solid. Okay, so I got one more chest to open, and then after this next chest, we just have to save up money, unfortunately, to be able to activate all 7. It's only like 500, so it's not terrible, but... Rusted Key's pretty good. Yep, 4 chests. It's actually one of the reasons I wanted to come here. Get a damage upgrade. You know, time doesn't pass in this area. Okay. Waiting patiently for more enemies. The slow enemy spawn isn't necessarily an issue right now. It's annoying, but it's not an issue because we're not, like, difficulty is not increasing while I wait. Apparently I have to just kind of sit here. That's fine. I'm not surprised that an early access game has bugs. I got, what, 4 left? Get about 300 and we'll be good. As long as they're not gameplay. Things are taking forever to spawn. Come on, y'all. Let's go. Like, I need 60 more, and I can actually fight Aurelia Knight. There we go. Characters not having heads in cutscenes. That definitely sounds like a glitch. Okay. Got my Halcyon Seed, so now we have Aurelia Knight helping us throughout the teleporter event on every successive fight, which is fine. We get Wetland Aspect early. We have access to an equipment barrel, which I would not mind seeing what's inside of that. Expensive, though. 73. That's a bit to wait. $9. 69. Come on, game. Enemies level up. I have no money, so I can't do anything. The cheapest chest on this level right now is going to be 73. Okay, there we go. Great. What other games am I playing right now? Nothing, really. I'm just playing a lot of Final Fantasy XIV. I've been wanting to pick up Hades. I have a couple watchers who have been asking me, should I pick up, or, will I pick up Hades? Do I want to pick up Hades? So Hades is definitely on the list. In the AAA sphere, I do want to do, okay, cool. I do want to do Pokemon, the DLC and everything like that. I do want to, oh, hello. You know what? I'm willing to do that, sure. Yeah, I do want to go play Pokemon in the DLC. I have a lot of DLC I want to do. We still have to actually go back and do, and finish, Chibi Robo and, Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door. So both of those are also on the list as just things to do. So I got a fair amount of stuff to do. Lots of DLC I need to touch. Kingdom Hearts has some DLC. Freaking Ace Combat has some DLC. Okay, game. I mean, the really big thing I'm playing is Final Fantasy XIV. That's kind of the major thing I've been kind of playing. Been doing a lot of, like, farming, a lot of stuff like that, and then there's a giant new content drop that's coming on Tuesday that will be occupying the majority of my time for the foreseeable future. I mean, if you have a group of friends and are able to make a free company with them and they're online enough, you guys can play with just each other. For the most part. There's sometimes when you have to include some other people. But for the most part, you guys are able to play with just each other. You're not forced to play with other people for the most part. Ah, yeah, see, work and school are a little bit different. Hey, soldier shortage. Exciting. How on earth did that miss? Here, have a thing. Okay. Yeah, there is the grindy nature to it, and that's really just as, like, on a personal preference. I don't mind the grind, and I also don't find there to be, like, that much grind in 14, but I know a lot of people disagree with me. You know what? Sure. Because I love the game, I love its community. Like, I think it's just a fantastic game overall. I can't say enough good things about it. Been seeing a lot of ads for Genshin Impact. I'm not sure how I feel about it. None of the ads really seem to want to show a lot of the gameplay, and all I really ever see is, like, just kind of random attacks on various just enemy types. Says, hi, here's this character, and attacks a bunch. Yeah, that's what I've gathered, is it's a Breath of the Wild clone with gacha elements. And honestly, I am very happy to give that design concept a very big skip. I did see someone in 14 saying they were just coming back from playing it and that, you know, it's fun, but zero storyline. And the problem is that a lot of the times when I'm playing a game, with exceptions, naturally, but a lot of times when I'm playing a game, I'm playing it for the story. So a game with effectively no story just doesn't appeal. Now, I don't know how true the no story thing is. Is there anything over here worth noting? I think I'm gonna go for the heals. I mean, the big other thing about it is that, like, yeah, I'm not playing it, so it's hard to form an opinion, but at the same time, they haven't really given me anything that makes me want to play it, and there's so many other games that I want to play that I kind of have a hard time justifying. Like, yeah, I'm gonna go play this other game. I know I don't really have to, like, justify playing a game, but, you know, if you're gonna ask me to spend my money and, you know, time on you, you need to actually give me something. And all I'm getting is a weird, like, I'm not even getting story of the world. I'm getting these very quick, brief blurbs about a character, which, cool, you know, dig it. But then after the blurb is done, there's kind of nothing else in there waiting for me. An archer looks over the battlefield and contemplates what he's lost. When this archer attacks, he does, it's like, oh, cool. Can you give me literally any other information about this game, please? I'd appreciate knowing what is it about, you know. The gameplay you show me is just me basically going freaking Dynasty Warriors on enemies. Is that the gameplay I can expect? Or, you know, is there equipment involved? Is it an RPG? Like... yeah, let me know. I don't know if I'll actually end up playing it or not, but at least hearing from people is good. But as I said, like, I have so much to play, and so little time to do it. And then especially when you consider that, like, between, I'm gonna kill you. Between, like, this and Hades, I'm talking about 2 roguelikes, they're gonna have, like, hundreds of hours of gameplay. I still have other shit on the backlog that I kind of, like, stopped playing for a while because other stuff came out. So there's also Fire Emblem. I still want to get around to doing Evolution 2 at some point. I was watching Hades for a while. I just didn't want to play it on the Epic Games Store. And now it's officially out. Oh, why did I... Enter the blue portal. Enter the blue portal. Enter the blue portal. Maybe it worked. Nope. That's fine. That is my fault, and I will accept that. So I always go for the teleporter first. Yeah, I was doing some playthrough of the GameCube one, whose name is currently escaping me. Please do not die to this. Yeah, it's the first Ike game. Which, I really enjoy that one. I think it's a lot of fun. So I need to actually go and sit and work on it. Damn. I was hoping for something a little better than that. Yeah, Path of Radiance. Yep. And I also have just this pile of N64 games I want to go through. Some of them I only want to show off once. Like, we did Snowboard Kids, which was fun. But that was something I only really wanted to, like, play once for y'all, just so you guys could see Snowboard Kids, too. I don't really have a desire to go back to it. Same thing applies to, like, I really want to show off, like, Iggy's Wrecking Balls, for example, just because of how goofy that game is. And I don't really have any desire to play it more than once. I just kind of want to show it off. You know, spend 3 or 4 hours in it, let people see it. A game they've probably never seen before. Okay, cool. So the passive death machine has started. Yeah, see, I wish I still had my original Game Boy. I was forced to donate it. I mean, keep in mind, it's not that I was forced to donate it, like, and I had nothing else. I had, like, a Game Boy Color at the time. But nowadays, I'm kind of sad that I do not own my original Game Boy. I could easily go buy one, you know, but there's very little point nowadays. Just given how backwards compatibility is such a huge thing now. I'm gonna go grab... unless something really... yeah. Go ahead and grab this fireworks real quick. Yeah, we're sitting on 20% crit. Not terrible. %20 crit with kind of the rest of the stuff we're sitting on. Not bad at all. Are enemies coming? Like, I think vultures is probably the weakest item that we have, unfortunately. And it's still providing some use, which I like. I'm not a big fan of vultures, personally. I think it's as an item, I think it's kind of weak. In concept. Honestly, I find fungus to be actually more of a, like, valid item than vultures. Because yes, I get some things out of vultures, but like, you know, let's be fair. How much of an effect is vultures gonna have on my gameplay for the most part? Oh, come on. Like, it's neat and all, but most of the enemies I'm gonna kill are not gonna give me a effect I want. Fire enemies are good. But, like, ice enemies, sure, I get a slow, great, I can get Chrono Bobble. And if I die, I get a big explosion freeze. But if I die, I'm dead and the run's over, so I didn't really gain much out of that. Lightning guys aren't bad because you get the lightning ball effect, which is kind of nice on someone like the commando or someone with really high attack speed that actually attacks with projectiles. So that's kind of a neat effect to have, but and you do get like the half shield for your life, but that can be kind of a double-edged sword, I find. So your mileage may vary on how much you're happy with vultures. Yes, you know, Celestial, if you happen to kill a Celestial enemy, you get invisibility for a short period of time for you and your party. Cool. You know, that's neat. And Malachite, great, enemies can't heal. But honestly, how many enemies in the game actively heal? This kind of leads to vultures being like you know, an item that's like, okay, well, it exists. That's kind of neat. What else do you have for me? And also the fact that it is a, red item, it's very much one of those items that I end up feeling, especially as a red item, like, okay, this was kind of a waste. I could have gotten something much better. I need to not be here. That guy's soaking way too much of my health. Hey, Aurelionite, you wanna, like, deal with that enemy right next to you? Whew. Okay. Kinda dangerous. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit scared there. Dune Striders are probably my most hated enemy. There's an equipment barrel over there that I don't really care about. I think I'm pretty happy with my single target. I guess I'll check it, and if it happens to have, like, missile launcher, I might be interested. Yeah. Implord is definitely an issue, but it's not one that actively, like, I never feel like when the, I never feel with Implord like Implord is actively gonna screw me the same way that Clay Dunestrider does. Like, Clay Dune Strider actively feels like it's going to fuck you over, you know? Yeah, brass contraptions can absolutely go to hell. Absolutely go to hell. And Elder Lemurians that happen to be elites also can go to hell. We don't like their kind here. Pay out, please. Pay out, please. Pay out, please. Oh my god. Well, I've gotten some really good luck with my reds. We've gotten a lot of reds so far, so I can't really complain about Nyla. Okay, that's closed. Like we've got a lot of reds. We have some decent ones, so I don't feel like my luck's been that bad. It's just freaking Chant Shrines. Oh, I need to get away from the imps. Oh, I'm on fire. I need some way to get my health back. More than just, you know, the one, that's not gonna help. I need somebody to get my health back more than this one healing. Oh, my healing drone's dead. That explains a fair amount, actually. I don't think it died on this floor, so I'm not getting it back. My rusty lockbox. That's a solid pickup. Two lunar pods. Oh my god, you have so much health. Kind of curious what lunar pods what we might see in the lunar pods. There are some things I might consider picking up. Spinal Tonic is absolutely not one of them. Brittle Crown is. Okay, we got a shield. Okay, a big-ass turret online. Not really a big fan of Spinal Tonic. I understand, like, it can be good, but I'd want ways to use it more often to make sure I'm not trapped with bad stats. Yep. Yeah, I'm not I mean, I think this is gonna be the only run I do tonight, but I'm not going anywhere just yet. We're probably gonna end up obliterating on this one, so I got some time to kill. God, we have so many Topaz brooches. What we don't have is freaking money. $4,793 on the gold chest. Let's kind of a lot right now. Another ATG-1. There's so much on this level that I want to open. Can I get a Gore's Tome, please? Here. Activate the Newt altar. Okay, it looks like the level is finally running dry. It's done some solid work for us, though. We've got a lot of really fantastic items. 30% crit just showing up in our inventory. I think I want this other incinerator drone. Which surprises me to take it, and probably as much as it surprises anybody else to see me take it. But, I don't know. Definitely think it'll help. I still have this freaking giant chant shrine, which I don't think has even paid out once, which means it should have 2 payouts. That's gonna be very expensive. Definitely gonna pick up a healing drone here. Do I go for the turret? I mean, I think I go for the turret. Okay, we're starting to get some money as more and more enemies start to spawn. Which is exactly what I need to see, honestly. Please pay out. Paid out with an item. How am I feeling about that item? I mean, that's... Black Hole is solid, but do I like it more than I like Test the Foil? And Royal Capacitor. I think the answer is no. I think the Royal Capacitor is too stupidly solid of an item to hand away. Right now, we're just mostly building money. I want to get my my gold chest, and then we'll see about that random chest. I'm really thinking that we're just gonna not go after that chant shrine again. I think that chant shrine's dead to us. I'll see a lot of use in picking it up. Odds are very, very good that I won't even be able to, like, grab the next item it drops. Like, I actually won't be able to pick it up just because of the position it's going to be in. How much did I say this thing was? I have to go check. Tempted to activate the shrine now. 4793. Am I gonna get 1500 out of this shrine event? I think I could wait a little bit. Okay, I think we're ready now because it's only 1,000 now. I think we'll get 1,000 as part of the teleporter event. Taking damage, that's what I need to not do. Taking damage does lose me money. Agworm should be dead momentarily. I'm just trying to kind of hiding from me. It went off into a different direction. Losing money to these freaking fire ticks, so I need this magma worm, among others, to die in the pit of hell from whence it came. Okay, so we got more leeching seeds. That to very quickly grab this. What is it? Another Shattering Justice. I'm not sure how two Shattering Justices interact. We'll look that up. So, two Shattering Justice. So, Shattering Justice... on this list somewhere. Oh, it just makes their armor die for longer. So, not really, like, a huge thing that I'm really excited about getting, honestly. That's not a red I'm excited about. There's nowhere to teleport to. Gesture of the Drowned is kinda neat. But I don't really have an item that we really care about it on, so do I want to pick it up? I think I'm gonna save my Lunar Ruins. It's definitely a neat item. I definitely like it as an item. I think it's a lot of fun. But I don't feel there's any use for me to just have an auto Royal Capacitor. Just constantly using the Royal Capacitor. I don't think that's really going to help me at all. What variant do we have? Okay. Now we'll check the equipment barrel just in case we get a reroll available to us. Even more crit. That's a lot of crit. Ooh. The backup. How do I feel about the backup? I feel like the backup... You know, the problem with the backup is that it has such a long cooldown. I feel like that's a somewhat major detractor for me right now, actually. Just the long-ass cooldown on the backup. I don't think I want to wait that long. Okay, so we got 2 Solus control units on the way in. Deal some damage way out there, with the understanding that we will be following up in the nearest future. they're coming in hot. Not entirely happy about that, actually. And we have so many topaz brooches. Like, we have a fair amount of, you know, of heal and defensive things. Pretty happy about that, to be honest. Our damage leaves something to be desired, though. Okay, that got rid of a bunch of them. Okay. Got rid of a bunch of my enemies. Got a bunch of money. Yeah, I definitely wish that the backup had a shorter cooldown. I would probably end up using it more. But that long cooldown it's a deal breaker. It's way too long for what the backup actually does. That kind of sucks to say that. I don't like, that's... Okay, hold on. Whoop. Ow, 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 ow. Okay, that's fine. Ow. And you not. That being said, I have absolutely no problems putting the backup on a equipment drone. Backup does work Factum Dread Atom, yeah. So all of the backup drones will get the defensive little mini drones. Doesn't really make them last longer, unfortunately. Going grass contraption. Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah, the captain's mini drones are such a good item. Like, that's an item that's absolutely fantastic. And the fact that he gets it for free is just so good. Kind of hoping my my equipment drone there able to stay alive for a while. Oh, looks like they are focusing on it now. See, that Jade Elephant's interesting. If I had actually picked up the Gesture of the Drowned, Jade Elephant is an item I'd love to have on it. Like, that's a match made in heaven. I mean, that's fine. Yeah, the proc coefficient is lower on him, so he's less likely to proc any of his skills. But he has so much other, like, bonuses going for him that I don't think I notice. I need to kill this worm. But it hasn't been in a convenient place for me to kill it yet. I keep on missing with that skill. Got this one. Boomerang. Not amazing. Not bad. Not gonna replace my Royal Capacitor. Admittedly, if I was actually thinking twice, I should replace Royal Capacitor with Boomerang, and I'm going to now. Because Boomerang is much better for me. It just annoys me to do it. Oh, God. That's enemies. Leave me alone. Okay, we're almost done here. Here I actually care about. Yes, I want the recycler. Okay. I am absolutely going to regret picking up the recycler, I think, but... Okay. Let's see how this goes. Ow. I am absolutely rethinking this recycler choice already. And I am dead. Did an overload worm? Yeah, it came out of the ground and just kind of grabbed me. Dagger's amazing. Damn, I think the overloading worm like grouped up with the parent to kill me. Well, okay. I think I'm gonna get some sleep. It was a fun run though. We had a lot of fun stuff. Realty is. Artifact of frailty disabled. What? Oh, okay. I don't think I ever noticed they disabled before. Huh. Okay. That's gonna be it for me today. We at least got something done. We have gotten all of the, you know, non-skin achievements knocked out. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys next time.